Welcome to the Queer Confidence Podcast, the podcast to help you become your most confident queer self. I'm your host, he, she, they, Coach Alex Ray, and I haven't always been this confident. In fact, I used to be super insecure. And through this show, I want to share with you what's worked for me, my clients, and my guests so that you can become more confident. Hello, my unicorns. How are you doing? I hope you're having a fabulous Pride Month. I sure am. I'm loving celebrating everything. And this weekend, actually, I am going to my grandmother's for Bisbee Pride that she sponsors. Y'all remember her episode? Oh my God, I'm so excited. It's going to be amazing. Lots of fun stuff planned for that trip. And it's always just good to see her. Anyway, hey, if I sound different today, it's because I am recording this laying down in bed, because why not? The best part of being an entrepreneur is being able to do whatever the fuck you want, right? Also because I am fucking exhausted. I didn't get home until 3 a.m. and had to be up this morning and on camera at 8, so I'm a little sleep deprived because, well, let's just be honest, I was getting the dicking of my life and it was incredible and worth the lack of sleep. So if I sound different today, it's because I'm laying down and because maybe I'm sore. I don't know. Okay, too much information? Yes, maybe. I don't know. Oh my God, I can't believe my parents listen to this podcast sometimes. Good gosh. FYI, the only sore part of me is my arms from holding myself up in weird positions. So anyway, moving on to the topic of today, we're going to talk about when people don't respect your pronouns. And the reason that this came up is because we were talking about it in Confidence Coven. And so if you're not in there, get in. You're gonna love it. The conversations we've been having in there are just fire. It's amazing. You really are gonna get like the next level of what you're experiencing here in the podcast. So we were talking about this in the Confidence Coven, right? One of the members brought this up because he's trans and was experiencing some people who knew him before he changed his name and his pronouns, and they respect his name but not his pronouns. And so he was asking, like, what do I do in this case? And so I just thought it would be really worth sharing with you all here, because this is a normal issue in the community. This is a common problem. So I want to first start by saying that there is no right answer. There's no correct way to address when people are not respecting your pronouns. And in fact, this goes for anything, right? That there's no right way to address when people aren't respecting you. So ultimately, the decision for what to do is up to you. But here's my advice in order to build your confidence. The goal of any confrontation is just to express yourself. The goal of any confrontation, it's not to get other people to behave a certain way. It's to express yourself, to honor yourself. You can't make other people do what you want. So if the goal of confrontation was to make people do what you want, then it's a losing game, right? But you can measure the success you have in a conversation of confrontation by how proud you are of yourself. Did you do what was authentic and truthful at the time? What kills your confidence is when you go into the confrontation thinking, I have to have this conversation, otherwise they will never respect me. or when you avoid the confrontation because it seems scary or because you don't want to make the other person feel uncomfortable. Both of those things are like crushing your soul. It's not ever in those scenarios. It's always about the other person being more important in those cases than you, right? If you are only having a confrontational conversation in order to make sure they respect you, then you are elevating their respect over your desire to have a conversation or not to. Do you see? Like, you've given them more control over your life. You've held them in a higher place than your own opinion or your own desire. Or I'm not going to have the conversation because it's too scary or because I don't want to make them feel uncomfortable. Again, their discomfort is more important to you, or the scariness of what could happen is more important than how much you care about yourself and how proud you want to feel on the other side. So, here's what I recommend. Again, there's no right answer. You have to pick what you want to do. But if you're going to have the conversation, then it should be, I'm going to have the conversation, otherwise I will never respect me. It's not about whether they respect you or not. It's about whether you will respect you or not. Have the conversation because you know that it is out of your truest desire to go and have the conversation, and you will respect yourself on the other side for doing the scary thing and having the conversation. And look, it is going to be so much easier because you won't need to convince them. You'll be able to go in, speak your mind clearly, and if they don't get it, there won't be this long back and forth drawn out bullshit that just exhausts both of you. No, you've already done what you came to do, which was to have a conversation that you were proud of yourself for. You were proud of yourself for addressing it and saying, hey, what the fuck? Why are you using she, her pronouns? My pronouns are they, them. And maybe you don't say it like that, right? Maybe it's, hey, can I pause you for just a moment? I just want to make sure you understand, because I noticed that you used he, him pronouns just now. My pronouns are she, her, and it's important to me that you that you use she, her pronouns for me. That would feel more respectful to me. I'd appreciate that. Those are the proper pronouns for me. I am fill in the blank. I use these pronouns. Thank you. I appreciate your respect, right? However that conversation needs to go. Or in the other case, if you're not going to have the conversation, then it should be coming from that place of, I am not going to have this conversation because I give zero shits about this situation or about this person. I value spending my time and energy on other things that are way more important than this. This is so not significant to me how, Sally talks to me or about me. Like, I don't give a flying fuck. Goodbye, Sally. Do you see, again, it's so much more about you and you being proud of yourself on the other side. This is, as everything, it goes back to the queer confidence process. Which is, to be willing to be uncomfortable, to take action. So either have the conversation or don't have the conversation. Both are actions. And then to have your own back on the other side. You can't have your own back on the other side if you chose the option you knew you weren't going to be proud of, out of trying to convince the other person to respect you and then being disappointed when they didn't respect you, or by just not having the conversation rather, because you were afraid. Neither of those scenarios are you going to be proud of yourself for. But when you decide to have a conversation in order to respect yourself, or to not have the conversation, again, to respect yourself, because, I don't got time to waste on this. Either way, you leave the conversation feeling powerful, feeling like you made a big move in your own favor. You are empowered, my friend. There's no right answer to how to react when people fuck up your pronouns. You have to make the decision case by case. I doubt your decision will always 100% of the time be the same. Just address it in a way that prioritizes your satisfaction with yourself on the other side above their satisfaction with you. And this is also a moment to discuss boundaries, because this is also about you knowing and respecting your own boundaries. And respecting your boundaries may mean not having people in your life for now while they aren't able to abide by your boundaries or requests, or in other words, while they're not able to respect you. Right? If you're in a period of time right now where, especially if you're going through a transition and you've recently been coming out to people and sharing your pronouns with them, and there are some maybe family or friends who are not able to respect your pronouns, then you get to decide how that relationship needs to take a new form right now. Is that okay with you? Are you okay with that? Do you have lovely thoughts in your head that you like and enjoy and want to keep, that allow you to feel like it's okay and like the relationship is important to you and it's not going to bother you that they're using the wrong pronouns consistently, right? Like this isn't a matter of them accidentally using the wrong pronouns, but them doing it on purpose, right? Or is your boundary that, hey, I love to use the illustration of a kingdom with boundaries, because a lot of people think about boundaries like, these are my boundaries, aka the rules to be around me. And that is not what boundaries are. Boundaries are like your kingdom, and these are the laws of the kingdom. You're the queen, the king, the ruler, and you get to make the laws. And the laws say, here's what happens within my kingdom. And if you can't abide by that, then you just, good for you. Good, like, go live your life outside these walls. But within these walls, this is what I allow. And this is what I want. And this is what I want to foster. This is what I want to create as an experience within this kingdom. And so within this kingdom, I'm going maybe through a place in my life where during this transition, I'm extra sensitive about people misgendering me, using the wrong pronouns. It really hurts right now. And I've decided that no matter who you are, if you can't respect my pronouns and use the correct pronouns consistently, then I just can't have you in my life right now. Do you see how it's so much easier to draw a boundary and to make decisions on that boundary when it's, here's what I allow and don't allow, and here's what I need in my life right now, and you're not meeting that, versus oh my God, why'd you do that? You need to change. You're always going to feel powerless. You're always going to be trying so hard, putting in so much effort to try to get people to behave differently instead of just dismissing them and allowing yourself to have the life that you'd like, where you are being treated in a way that you're good with, that you're happy with. So, my friends, there's no straightforward answer to conflict in general, whether you need to pursue it or not, and specifically whether or not you need to have a conversation with someone or not have a conversation with them when they are messing up your pronouns. It's up to you. And the litmus test for whether you got it right or wrong is not what someone else said on the internet. It's not what there's like memes or whatever going around like, oh, this is how you do it. You gotta like cut them out of your life. Goodbye. Or you gotta like stand up because you are fighting for all trans rights when you are saying this. No. Also, don't put that global burden on yourself. This is literally about you making a decision that you know you're going to be proud of. That's it. It's so much more simple. And you don't have to do the same thing every time. Fuck the consistency. You can make decisions that are different in a case-by-case or day-by-day basis, hour by hour, minute by minute. You decide. Make a choice that you're going to be proud of on the other side. And be proud of yourself. Always. That's how we build confidence. All right. Have a fabulous continuation of Pride Month, my friend. I'll see you on the next episode. Bye. If you enjoyed this episode, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with a friend so they too can become more confident. You can also help more people find the show by leaving a 5-star review wherever you listen. And if you want to become a more confident queer with support from yours truly, head to coachalexray.com or use the link down in the show notes. I'm looking forward to working with you.